Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be talking about on this week's episode, my bruh?
Ryan, on this week's show, I've got a You've Got Mail that will hopefully give us some perspective. And I watch Ryan slowly kill a living creature. More on that later. What about you, Ryan?
I'm worried about what you've seen, Tyler. On this week's show, I give you a hear ye that might not make sense at first, but at the end, I think you're all going to be on board. So let's go ahead and get into it. I may have ended a little chunky there, but life is crazy.
Have you ever scared yourself with your own dirty talk?
That's a tough one. Sometimes you got to make decisions when you're going into dirty talk. Like, do I call it a cock or a dick? But anyway, don't let me step on your
specific example.
I mean, there's a certain time for cock. It's not all the time.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I beg to differ.
Every now and then you throw a pee-pee in there just to keep them off guard.
I just need to know that that exit ramp really works quickly.
It's there if I need it.
Yeah. It's because I want to be tactful with this conversation. I'm not coming in here to be crass or disgusting. I sincerely mean that.
Well, then I regret my first offering to the show.
You weren't doing me any favors.
It's gonna get better here, guys.
Sure. All right. So you're using your pee-pee, right? No, I found.
Hell yeah, I am.
I found myself in a situation this past week where I was mid-coitus.
Okay.
And
That's scientific.
I got into some dirty talk, and I remember afterwards legitimately talking to the other person like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, what did I just say? I blacked out there for a minute.
Yeah. And I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
And then it's this balance between it to a certain degree scares me a little bit, grosses me out a little bit, but on the other side, really turns me on.
Obviously.
So I don't know.
But it's not your terminology, seemingly.
No.
It is what the terminology describes.
It was the subject matter.
Okay.
Yes.
I think as far as me and the rest of the audience, we're going to need to hear it, Tyler.
No.
Sure.
No. On another note, does anybody else find penguins super sexy?
Yeah. A little tuxedo.
Yeah, it was one of those situations where I was just flabbergasted by what I had talked about.
What came out of me?
Well, what we had talked about, because to my credit, it was reciprocated.
Wow.
It was reciprocated.
And then when you're finished, you're like, you're disgusting. That was a trap. It's tough because really what that says to me is that you were just feeling free. You were just in a state of copulation that transcended regular human life and real, free, pure, disgusting Tyler was allowed to come out.
I was going to say nothing pure about it, but I do understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we finished, and I had the idea, the thought of should I be put in a padded room somewhere?
Do I apologize here? What do we do?
Yeah.
Sorry about my pee-pee.
How do we exit out of this situation? Because the ending of sex, even just generally speaking, is kind of awkward.
For sure.
Now those heightened feelings are gone, and now you're just staring at each other, and it's like, do you want me to get off? Should you get off? What are we doing here?
Well, hopefully you both get off in a good situation.
Who moves first is what I mean.
I do understand. You know where I feel this the most is sex toys. I'm a huge proponent of sex toys. I love them. I'm wearing one right now. But the thing is,
now you got to tell us on your pee-pee?
Nah. Here, if I move, I think you might be able to hear it. Hold on. No, but you know what? Picking them up the next morning when everything is calmed down and now you're just in cleaning mode and you're like, sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's a touchy situation, but I empower you. I think it's great that you can be in touch with that disgusting part of yourself, Tyler. Well, so what was it?
I really appreciate that. I can't say it. The audience would never look at me the same again.
Well, we're mostly an audio medium, so that shouldn't be a big deal.
They would never want to listen to me again.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to speculate on our own.
Welcome to the show, everybody, my fellow speculators.
Tyler's a furry.
I am, oh God, I wish that was it. I actually feel like I would just be comfortable enough to share that. It's not that.
Well, I will tell you that I am very much a dirty talker.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is at the top of my sex game is me telling you what I'm going to do to you and then never coming through. You know what I mean?
Weird.
Like I got places to be.
Weird sentence incoming. I think that runs in the family.
Really?
I think
yeah,
so.
no. Whenever I look at mom and I'm like, yeah.
I think the three brothers really like dirty talk because we all openly acknowledge that we like dirty talk.
Well, it's the reason I can never be in porn. I say crazy ass shit. I don't want it to be recorded by anyone else.
I'm here with my disgusting brother, Ryan. Ryan, how you feeling today?
Yeah, you like that, eh? You like that, eh? I do an accent. I don't know why. I do like period pieces.
How you feeling today, Ryan?
I'm good. I'm doing really well,
fantastic.
man. I'm feeling good. How are you doing? You're seeming a little bit better. We buoyed you up.
Sure, yeah. When I start doing these, I start to feel a little bit better.
That makes me happy.
It's been a rough few days, but you know, it's all part of life. It's how it goes.
I wish that we had some sort of a segment where you could tell us about these rough couple of days.
That's actually a good point to make because next up is our depression index.
Tag team segue, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No one.
What the depression index is a machine that we built with our bare effing hands.
And you like that.
And we crank it up.
Yeah, we do.
To let you know how down we
you
are.
put some spit on it.
I have opened the door to a monster.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to close that door.
I don't even know what that means.
Put WD-40 on it.
Ryan, how you feeling today?
Hinges are creaky. I don't know. Tyler, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Life be crazy, y'all. And but it is good. Let me think here because I don't have anything written down. This is your week, and I like to come in here with nothing at all. This week, you know what I'm really coming to terms with, Tyler? Mm-hmm. Over the years, it started off as a child, and it is morphed over time, and there's a really fancy vocabulary word that's on the tip of my medulla oblongata, and it has metastasized, Tyler, to where I always wanted people's attention. I always wanted to impress people, and that's okay. Wanting to have people's admiration and for people to like you is a great thing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have some of that in you, you're probably a sociopath. Mm-hmm. But I think that in my case specifically, it has turned into, I don't want to call it a sickness. I don't want to speak down about myself, but it has turned into something that I'm not truly happy with. So over this last week, I have been very much focused on the idea of, I don't have to impress you. Mm. I don't have to impress you. I don't have to impress myself. I don't have to impress anybody. I can just be, I know how cliche this is. I can just be myself, whether you think that's good or whether you think that's bad. It's just more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I have found some real comfort in that.
Well, and it's very...
I used comfort twice there, but you know what I mean.
Sure, and it's very ironic because the more you embrace that way of thinking, the more people are going to be drawn to you.
And that's the thing. I really do want to impress you, and I think that this is the best way to do it.
So it's like Inception in Inception of how to trick people into liking you.
Well, the problem is, Tyler, and I won't acknowledge that because it hits a little bit too close to home. I want to do for other people because I think that's the key to life. Doing for other people is what makes life good because it makes me look better. You know what I mean? Am I doing show? Am I doing shtick? Who knows?
Yeah, because you certainly don't.
Am I okay? No, but seriously, that's the thing. I just find that we've all met somebody in our lives and you leave that experience and you say to other people or you say to yourself, that guy is just trying too hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's a turnoff and it's a real boner killer in a social situation.
Without a doubt.
And this idea of constantly trying to be a better version of myself has made me a worse version of myself. And I don't want that anymore. I had a meeting with myself, we discussed it, and we've decided to go this other way. I know it's going to be harder at sometimes than it is at others, but I've found some real purchase with it.
At least you weren't let go. I had a meeting with myself and decided must have been fired.
Clean out your locker. This week, I am at a 3, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Hell to the F yes, Tyler.
Nice.
What's going on with you? What's got you? There's some pain in those eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. This week at the beginning of this week has been a little rough. I'm happy to say I'm really pushing through all the same and taking care of my responsibilities, even though all I really, really, really want to do is just crawl into bed and just stay there for a couple of weeks.
Isn't it crazy how your emotions affect your drive so much? You know, like we all think that we're these humans that just, hey, this needs to get done and I'm going to do it. It's not that. Yours and everybody's emotions affect your ability to be a human.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And so my theme for this week is...
Well, do you want to talk about what happened?
I'm going to. It's part of my theme.
I'm not good at this.
My theme for this week is failure is part of the process. So I've started taking stand-up comedy classes again, and it's been a really fun time. And I've really experienced the highs and lows over these last couple of weeks, because last week I wrote some new material and I performed it, and I got some really, really positive feedback on it. I was riding high. I was on cloud 9 when I left the class. And then this week, which was yesterday, I went to class, and part of our homework was we had to write a 60-second set for another member of our class.
Now, do you know this person other than the first class?
No, never met him.
That's hard to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And the first time I took this class about a year ago, it was the same homework. You had to write 60 seconds. I crushed it. So I was like, dude, I'm going to do it again. The stuff that I wrote the first time got so many laughs. Unfortunately, I forgot to do the fucking homework. So the day of that I have to go to class, I had to cram this homework in.
I'm sure your partner really appreciated that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't tell anybody that, obviously. And the partner who read my material, she was trying so hard to be like nice to me, and she's like, no, I liked it. I liked it. You know, like
I hate it when people laugh when I'm up there. It's very disconcerting. I hate loud noises.
And so I wrote this material, and she read it, and I did not get a single laugh.
The crickets were booing.
Not one. And she got about 20 to 30 seconds into it, and I am a 6'3" guy. I wanted to be 6 inches. I wanted to be the tiniest.
Hey, yo.
I wanted to be the tiniest, most microscopic being on Earth.
You're cringing into yourself.
I'm just looking around the class as everybody, because I'm in the back of the class on this one, and everybody's staring forward, and I'm just looking at everybody's reaction, and my shoulders are just slumping with every second.
Isn't that crazy how your mind is so hooked up to your body?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so it was very painful, but I have to acknowledge it for what it is. It was a learning experience.
And what did you learn? Don't forget about things?
First of all, set yourself alarms, which I normally do. I've
been meaning to talk to you about that.
I normally set myself calendars, stuff on my calendar and alarms, and this week I just forgot. First of all, being patient with myself and knowing, hey, I just made a mistake. I didn't do it vindictively or with any bad intentions. And on top of it, even if I had remembered and even if I had put effort into it, there is no guarantee that I would have gotten a laugh. Although I was the only person in class that didn't get a laugh.
I would say you probably had a better shot at it.
Definitely had a better shot. But
this guy writes better 5 minutes before the show than he does when he has time. So just let my boy cook.
Sure. But my point is that even if you have that equivalent of not getting a laugh, it is a learning experience. We go through these things. You're not going to hit it out of the park every single time. Instead of beating yourself up, and this is what I'm saying this to myself, instead of beating yourself up, learn from it, grow from it, and just move forward. And that's what I'm really trying to do. Unfortunately, it came at the same time when I've been really down in depression this week. So it was just like a 1-2 punch.
Sure.
You know?
Now, would it have been better if you had been the one up on stage doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because you feel like you failed this person.
No, because it's their material and
No. I mean, had you forgot the assignment, written like a slipshod thing right before class, and then you were the one up on stage performing your own material that got no laughs, would that have been better for you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would because
I felt bad for the woman.
I am very. Oh no, fuck her. I'm totally kidding about that. I was hoping for some kind of reaction.
Yeah. Your material just doesn't connect with me.
Oh,
Tyler.
fuck off. No, I didn't feel bad for her. I felt bad for me because she didn't get any criticism whatsoever. Why would she?
Yeah, they're like, oh, the writer sucks.
I was as I said, she was very kind, and she was just like, no, it was okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Well, you made a mistake, Tyler, and I'm sure you've learned from it.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. So this week, I'm going to go ahead and say that I am at a 8.
Wow.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I didn't even know this thing went that high. That's crazy, bruh.
Yeah, I haven't cranked it that high in quite a while.
Well, I don't know about that. Is that what you said in the middle of coitus? Coitus?
So, Ryan, I hear you've got a hear ye for me.
I do have a hear ye, and...
Or for the audience, not for me.
No, it's just for you. If other people want to listen in, that's fine. What a hear ye is where Tyler and I, mega minds, people, we're at the top of the societal ladder, and evolutionary.
Tippy whippy top,
Excuse me. Yeah. I'm out of practice. Tippy whippy top. Mm-hmm. And so we make decisions. They're not always easy, but like a good parent, we make decisions for society. And I know you're not feeling great, but
I got you.
I need you here, Tyler. This is a big deal. This is hear ye.
Hell yeah!
Wow, look at you, bro. You are a true professional. Hear ye, and I will tell you right off the top.
I think that was the last of my energy reserves.
Okay. That's all right. Yeah. Hey, we had it. We got everything that we needed. This is a weird one, okay? But hopefully you guys will give me a moment to expound, to explain myself, and I believe that you will finally agree with me. Quick little story. Comedy podcast, Columbine. You heard of it?
Quite the segue. Yes, I have.
Sure.
Yeah.
We like to jump between things here. Right after Columbine happened, a famous school shooting, like the school shooting that kind of kicked all of this off. Mm-hmm. And it's just been a fun little ride ever since. Have school shootings gone down to some degree? I feel like I haven't heard about a lot of school shootings recently.
There was like 2 within the last week and a half.
How about that?
Yeah.
So
I think they're just getting, and I say this legitimately, I think in terms of the news, they're just getting more boring to report on. They're just become so common.
Well, that was fun. I'm glad I did that.
Yep.
So
why'd you do that to me?
Columbine just happened. I was working at a bar, okay? And long story short, the police set up a drug bust in the parking lot right next to where, the restaurant. Obviously, the way the drug busts work, they don't tell you about it. They set off flashbangs, Tyler. For the uninitiated, what is a flashbang?
Yeah, it's an explosive device that disorients you by messing with your hearing due to the significance of the sound, the loudness of the sound that emanates from it, and a very bright flash, which blinds you for a little bit as well.
Flash bang. I mean, you couldn't name it any better. Very good. Tyler, you were waiting your whole life to be asked that question. Maybe for YouTube, maybe we get a flashbang, let it off in here. What do you think?
I mean, other than destroying all of our equipment, it could explode our eardrums in this tight little room.
It's not a no. Better than smelling salts?
Definitely better than smelling salts. Definitely better.
Flashbangs for the inside of your head.
I will hold the flashbang in my hand as it goes off.
So everybody goes running. They think it's a shooting situation. And here is my point of that. It was crazy. Customers went running through the kitchen. Sure. It was disorienting. It was scary for everyone. It was one of the very few times in my life where I thought, could this be the end for me? Mm-hmm. So with all of that being said, I have recognized that there have been some things that need to be taken out of circulation. I'm in the gym. I have my headphones on. For whatever the reasons are, somebody is running behind me, running from one place to another.
Sure.
I don't know if you feel the same way as I do. When I'm out in public and I feel or see somebody running, my mind immediately goes to, there is a huge problem here and I need to investigate it. I need to pay attention, And very often in the gym, I go to a big gym. It's just somebody, bullshitting with their friends or whatever. I have never once been in danger. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. And movement is one of the, is something that will catch your eye faster
it's primal
than anything else.
You can almost feel it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so when somebody goes running, it really stands out and it makes you think like something's wrong. Although it's usually if there is a trail of people running, like if one person goes running and then another one, that's when there might be a real problem.
I'm risk adverse, Tyler.
Sure.
I don't need the second one.
Sure.
I'm good. As a matter of fact, I don't need the first one. I'm always in danger in my mind, but that really cements it.
Yeah, I'm exercise adverse. So if somebody goes running, I'm going to need at least 6 more people before I catch up.
If you're exercise adverse, you should want this anyway. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm going to get some pushback on this one, and I don't feel great about it, but I think it's for the greater good. No more running. We can't. I don't want for this feeling to overcome me. I know that there are uses for running, but when I have done the math and I've sat down, I've worked out the ledger, I have all sorts of beautiful mind calculus sketched out. The bad outweighs the good, and I'm sorry to do this. I'm going to put it down, and then I'll let you rebut. But it's already going to be in the book, so it'll be kind of pointless. Hear ye. No more running.
Hear ye.
That might affect our sporting events.
Yeah.
It might affect the Olympics. It might affect 911, which is a joke in your town.
And millions of years of evolution as well.
Well, you know what? Every now and then somebody's got to put their foot down and be like, look, this hurts me more than it hurts you, but I know what's best for you.
Yeah, but the way you're going,
no more running.
The way you're going, putting your foot down is going to become illegal.
As long as you do it softly.
Gotcha.
We can do it, but put it down softly. You know, in the cartoons where they sneak?
Sure.
That's still on the board.
Got you. Why do you think they raise their hands up in front of them and put their fingers down like that?
That is a quite international sign of sneaking. So, and again, I know this isn't going to be popular with everyone, and I know it makes me seem like a bad guy. I do it because I love you, but even more than that, I love me. So, I don't like it. We're not doing it anymore. No more running. I don't want to see that shit.
I think you said, if I'm not mistaken, you said on the opening to the show that people were going to eventually come to your side on this, on the hear ye.
I think
I don't think that's going to happen, bud.
Listen, first of all, go and peruse the streets, go to Walmart, go to Disneyland. There's a lot of people out there that have already taken this under advisement. There's a lot of people out there.
Is that an obese joke?
No.
Is that an obese joke?
You don't have to be fully obese. You can just be a little chunky too. Sorry about that. But,
Good God, man.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
That was rude. That was rude. But okay, forget your Kevin Love handles aside, the fact of the matter is, running, it's not helping anyone.
Yes, it does.
We've got people movers. We got those sidewalks that move you forward at airports, which I love, by the way.
It makes me feel like I can walk super fast.
You're like the bionic man. We need to get those in more places.
I'm like the Flash of walking.
Hear ye. More of those people movers from the airport. I love those things.
Got you.
Yeah.
So while somebody is open fire in a public space, you slowly walk towards your Segway. Where's my people mover to get me away from this dangerous situation?
Maybe next week we might have to outlaw shooting innocent people in public. That might be the next. I gotta do the arithmetic, of course. But maybe that'll be my next. Maybe I should have started with that one, but too late. No more running. So get on that.
Ryan, that segment.
It was wacky, but there's validity to it.
Very, very wacky, but
wacky.
It's actually a perfect segue into my next segment.
Oh!
Ryan.
Menendez Observation.
Yes, that's right. We have another Ryan Menendez Observation.
I hate this segment.
Yeah, but you love the song.
I may start running. I may break my own rule and just leave the studio.
That's a really bad example
Yeah,
for
the
the
audience. As I say, not as I do.
So for Ryan Menendez Observations, this is just a segment where I call out one of Ryan's many wacky behaviors.
I got plenty of shit on you too, bro.
Yeah, I know. And this was originally your segment.
I haven't done it in a while.
I know, it's been quite a while.
Tyler wets the bed.
So what? I fucking let everybody know that.
Yeah, true that.
I like my covers warm. Until they're not.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst when you're sleeping in your own urine when it gets cold, right? That's the worst part of it.
You could have said sweat, dude. It would have been way easier to say sweat.
Oh, you were talking about, I was talking about sweat.
Yeah.
Sure.
For my Ryan Menendez Observations, this one's a bit, it makes me kind of sad, to be honest with you. We had a housewarming party many, many months ago, and somebody, and I'm very against this, somebody gave us a responsibility as a gift. It was a houseplant that has been given to us, and we have had it since, and we have not taken care of this thing whatsoever. And it is, over the months, slowly been dying. The leaves have slowly been turning brown. I am watching this living creature slowly get taken by death itself.
I almost threw it in the garbage today.
I feel like you should. And Ryan just keeps moving it outside into the sun and then inside, outside of the sun.
Wait a minute. Where's your responsibility in all of this?
I would have thrown it away like a week after it happened.
So you're a much worse person than I am.
Sure. And this is basically the Terry Schiavo of plants. You would just have it on life support and you're making it suffer for absolutely no reason.
What should I do?
Throw it away. Put it out of its misery.
It'll be in a much worse situation.
It'll be dead, which is a better situation than slowly turning into this brown husk of a plant.
I have a soft spot in my heart for most plants.
What about dead plants?
This one doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, JoJo gave it to me. Yeah, whatever.
So then throw it away.
I don't want to throw it away. It's alive.
Not for very long.
Yeah, it's not doing too great. I will admit. We have those plants in the kitchen that are part of the house. They're hanging. They're like vine plants that are growing everywhere. I take care of those.
Yeah.
It's just this one, it's out of sight and it's like you forget about it.
Oh, so you like to make the smaller plant watch you take care of the bigger plant while that one slowly dies.
Sure, we're doing like a misery situation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, look, I feel bad about it and it's fucked up that you could have talked to me about this one-on-one. We could have done this personally.
This is me talking to you about it one-on-one.
Yeah,
and like a million of my friends.
I feel terrible about this, and I'm really sorry about it, but it's I don't know. Why don't you just buy me a fucking puppy? Like, this is a lot of work that you're putting on
so
me,
you could starve
JoJo.
that too?
More like ho-ho, am I right?
Sure, we call her that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, you haven't helped out at all. All you do is you just constantly naysay.
I do naysay the slow killing of living beings.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yes. Yeah. But you're getting some pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
Let's just go to break. Good God.
Sorry.
Hey, everyone. If you're anything like us, you've struggled with depression, anxiety, isolation, or any number of things that hold you back in life.
Or do you procrastinate a little too much? Maybe you've had trouble with self-control or even just going through a tough time. Regardless of whatever it is you're going through, therapy can help.
For me, Ryan, it's completely changed the way I deal with my problems. Even the relationship with my own thoughts have improved dramatically.
And that's why we're excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is so important to us because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area.
BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you up to a professional therapist in as little as a few days.
It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Go to betterhelp.com/thoseguys or click on the link in the show's description. Clicking on that link not only supports us, but supports you.
And we want to support you too by giving you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp to connect with a therapist and see if it helps you.
Finding the right therapist is so important, someone that you really connect with, and BetterHelp has made that easier than ever. Switching therapists until you find the right one without having to worry about insurance or any additional fees.
You know, Tyler, when I first had my son, I felt so many emotions that I had never experienced in my life. Therapy really helped me figure out what was going on.
Well, that is betterhelp.com/thoseguys. Help the show by supporting the people that help us.
Those guys.
Oh, yeah. You know, I was going to ask you, what days do the trash go out? Because I got to put those out.
Maybe not the right time for that.
You hate.
Sunday night and Wednesday night.
Thank you.
Those guys you hate. Those guys you hate.
And we're back.
No, we're back.
We are back. Ryan's got a mouthful of food, but we are back, ladies
I
and
have
gentlemen.
found a grocery store. Forgive me for this. I know it's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
A grocery store. It's one of those hippie grocery stores that makes you feel like you're shopping in like a meadow, when I'm sure they're just buying from the same people. It's like all the mattress companies all go back to one mattress company. I'm sure it's the same. But they have tricked me into thinking that I have the freshest produce, and it is so good, man. It is so good. My cherry tomatoes, mwah! Chef's motherfucking kiss, literally.
I'm sure I speak for the audience when I say we're all very
gives a fuck, yeah.
We're all very happy for you and your cherry tomatoes.
I mean, I love a cherry tomato. You like cherry tomatoes?
I do like cherry
I could
tomatoes.
eat a whole fucking box of it. You're right. I'm becoming less interested.
Little salt, pretty good.
But I mean, what do? You bite it in half? Because I feel like the salt just kind of bounces right off the top.
No, you just lick the side and then you sprinkle it on and it sticks. It's already going in your mouth. What do you care if there's a little spit on your
Was that your
tomato?
dirty talk from earlier from mid-coitus?
God, I wish.
Oh,
no.
I'm going to lick your cherry tomato, and then I'm going to assault you from the side. I'm done.
Yeah, thank goodness. So, Ryan.
Continue on with your program.
Yeah, thank you so much, buddy. Ryan, we've got.
I'm going to find out. I'm going to do some investigative journalism. What did Tyler say about his cock?
No, you can't. It would be. I would have to.
I know where to go to get these answers. I'll tell you that right
I would
now.
have to like assault anybody who wound up telling
Like
you.
a cherry tomato.
Exactly. Lick the side, put some salt on it, bite into it.
I'll do it for the show.
Pure assault. So Ryan, we, for what it is, we really enjoy our careers.
Who does?
You and I do. The jobs that we'll never talk about, we're very fortunate to have them.
Oh, okay. Those are two different things. Yes.
I said in terms of it being a job, for what it is, we enjoy them.
Oh, it could be way
Our
worse.
job could be 1,000 times worse.
I had an experience yesterday where I had like a rock star moment with my job.
Yeah,
It was really, really fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. Again, for what it is.
Yeah.
I've got, you know what? I didn't even do the imaging, so please forgive me.
No problem, man. This is a loose show.
Oh, sorry.
Will you excuse me just for 1 second? That's a workout banger. I mean, that's just so good. Juicefer, you're the shit. Man.
Yep.
Excellent. Every time.
Without a doubt. So this video actually comes in from South Africa. It's two men who are driving an armored vehicle carrying cash.
Cash.
Got the cash.
This looks like a Grand Theft Auto loading screen.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Cool.
Go ahead and tell the people what it is that you're watching.
Okay, the guy on the left noticeably. That is so scary. Somebody's shooting at the van.
Yep.
Somebody's shooting at the van.
Yep.
He's pulling his gun. The man on the right is pulling his gun. The man on the right is pulling his gun.
Yep.
That's so scary, Tyler.
Without a doubt. Now,
Remind me not to ever take that as an occupation. I would much rather do what we're doing.
Yeah, and the
That's scary.
And the guy on the right, it's actually like a multi-minute long video. I just cut out the really exciting parts, and you see the bulletproof glass shatter, but it does exactly what it's meant to do. And obviously, those sounds you heard in the background are bullets hitting the bulletproof van. And the guy on the right goes into complete shock. Like you could see him moving his hands around.
Oh, I didn't even.
No, it goes on for many minutes, and it wouldn't do anything for the audience.
Sure, I didn't even recognize that. I guess I was just honed in on the driver.
He pulls out his handgun while he has an assault rifle on his lap.
Okay.
And even the driver, who has totally kept his wits about him, grabs the assault rifle and goes, "No, man, use this. And you see him kind of like slow-mo grab the assault rifle, and you just see his eyes go super wide, and he's kind of like in a daze, almost like a 1,000-yard stare.
I mean, your body is processing. Am I real? Is this really happening?
Without
right
a
now?
doubt.
Sure.
Without a doubt. So it's just a small little clip. I just wanted to play it for you and the audience, and really makes you appreciate what it is that we have as our careers.
I would rather be a roofer. What is the person driving alongside them? What's the plan here? Okay, you shot the van. Now what do you do?
I assumed that they were trying to shoot through the window. Thought they had a high caliber enough weapon to shoot through it, kill the driver, and then take it over. But obviously, as I said, the bulletproof glass lasted. Thank goodness.
I guess when you get this job, this has to be on your mind somewhere because
not the guy on the right. You can kind of tell he had no idea that this was ever going to happen.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
He very much looks like he's a few days away from retirement and they're trying to pull him back in.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
One last job.
Yeah.
That was scary. Don't ever do that to me again. It puckered my butthole.
Really terrifying. Ryan.
Yo.
Excellent show. Thank you so much for all your support. Please tell the audience how they can reach out and touch us.
Those guys, youhate.com. Those guys _you_hate on YouTube and Instagram, and those guys you hate on TikTok.
Perfect.
What?
Perfectly said.
Who's a big boy?
Perfectly said. 207 episodes later, and you nailed it, buddy.
I will fuck it up next week, but please get out there. Please mix it up with us. Please be part of the Haitian army. Be an active part of the Haitian army.
Please.
We will make you a 4-star general. Drucifer, Podcast Granny, they're out here grinding for us, and we're grinding for them. And that's about it.
Well said. Well said. Minus the grinding part. That was a
I
little
meant
weird.
that part. That was the most important part.
Fair enough. Drucifer, I'm looking at you. Ryan, what is the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is no more running. No more running. It's going to be tough to get used to, but, evolution, sometimes we got to grab the steering wheel and jerk it. Is that what you said during sex? No. Sometimes we have to take control. I know it sounds wacky, but I just don't like it. And that's how I do my hear ye's. Just knock it off. No more running. I don't want to see that anymore, guys. Don't make me get your mom. Tyler, what's the moral of the story?
Be a rule breaker. I normally don't say this, especially in regards to our hear ye, because it's pretty much message sent from God. But in this case, go ahead and fucking run, everybody. Just go ahead and get out there and run. Especially
You're going to do a lot of running?
especially if there's gunfire.
Oh, that's a brisk walk, like a power walk.
I run 2 miles almost every single day now. Thank you very much.
We need to bring the speed of bullets down. If there's going to be no more running, we gotta take away some of that velocity.
Instead of gunpowder, maybe put a spring in the back of every gun.
like those those Looney Tunes weapons that just have a flag. That'd be fine, right?
Or a boxing glove for some reason.
Sure.
That pops out and just punches you in the
I think
face.
school shootings would be hilarious.
Well, less deadly. I don't know about hilarious.
That's what makes it great.
There'd be some concussions, maybe.
Again, there's context to what I just said. Go back and listen to it.
I would love to be able to cut that up and just put that sentence
Context!
onto the internet. We are those guys you hate.
Be kind or we'll kill you. Context.
Red circle.
Red. What's up, dog?
Not much, bud. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. You got a serious face on. I'm looking at you in the computer. Your face serious. Your skin tone human.
Yep. I am working on it.
Me smiley. Also yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're yellow.
Yeah. You would think you'd have less things to smile about,
No,
but you're
no.
nailing it.
I make jaundice work for me. So what's up? What's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
Let's get it out. Let's purge it. Let's purge it here at the beginning of the show, at the pregame.
Well, it's going to be my depression index, so I don't want to blow my load a little bit too
Well,
fast.
since when? But let's shake the sillies out, Tyler. Let's have a little fun.
I'm going to Burning Man, presumably.
Presumably.
That's going to be fun.
Did you secure your ticket?
No, they haven't started selling yet. That's why I say presumably.
That's the
plan.
Insumably.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, that's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
Dreadlock your pubes.
Done.
Wear a tutu
Done.
when you should have probably got a 3-3. Barter toenails for other people's toenails. Look, what are you looking forward to the most? Little tiny umbrella?
We're trading toenails?
Sure.
I've already kicked one off of my foot already. I don't need to do it again.
I saw it the other night at Podcast Granny's house. I looked down. You were shoeless like Joe Jackson.
Oh yeah, the toe is finally the toenail is finally growing back. It's halfway back.
Listen, man.
It's halfway back.
If it's I got older brother vibes here. If you're feeling good about it, I'm here to take that away from you.
I appreciate
Send
it.
shivers down my spine.
Yeah. I still have a picture of it from when it first happened. There's like a hole in my toe.
Stop.
Sorry.
Now we're both jaundiced and sad.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I wanted to
that's-
get you on my level.
I don't feel good about that. But speedy recovery to you and your tarsals and your metatarsals, all of that. We want you to be back. We want you to be whole.
Thanks, buddy.
And not have holes in your feet.
Thank you.
Like Jesus. There's a guy with holes in his feet. He did good.
He did a lot of things.
Did good.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate you relating me to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, Tyler.
I hope I don't die at, what was it, 31?
33. I
33.
believe.
There
Yep.
you go. Oh, well, I missed the mark. I'm good.
Well, You better hope they don't ever invent that time machine, Tyler.
Yeah.
So, I, for the longest time, and I'm sure you probably didn't notice this, when we decided to take over where you were going to start hosting your own shows, I resisted. I didn't like it because I heart control. I just do. I just like, and I don't like change. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I prefer bills. But the thing is that I was wrong. This is the shit. Just strolling in here, farting out a segment, getting to just react to whatever's going on with you. I fucking love it. I said we go all this way.
Change is a good thing, man. If you embrace it.
No, I'm making the best of a bad situation. You're lucky.
You just said you love it.
No, I changed. I hate it.
Uh-huh.
No,
That was quick.
I really do. I really do like it. It's fun. It's freeing, you know?
That's awesome.
I used to put a lot of pressure on myself. Now I get to just play defense against you. You know what I mean?
It's fantastic.
Look over here, Tyler.
Yeah,
A distraction.
Yeah. Although, how's that different than like the history of this show?
Just because I have to write shit down before and really crunch the numbers before we come in here, you know?
Gotcha. Now you can do it freeform.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let it come to me. Yes, or I guess in our situation it'd be no and. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, bud. I'm glad you feel so free.
I do.
And loose and
I'm saying it as a joke, but I genuinely mean it.
super gay. Yeah.
Let me see. What else do I have in here that we could just shake it on and then we'll move about? What would Michael Jackson be doing now if he were alive on TikTok?
Probably something along the lines of woohoo. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I'm glad that we got that one off the book so I can erase that.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you say, I bet
Maybe diddling kids. Who knows?
you can't do that on TikTok. There's no,
Well, you can, but then they'll probably ban you. But he's Michael Jackson. He can do whatever he wants. Or he could at least.
there's the deep web, which is, I just listened to a Stuff You Should Know on the deep web, committed solely to child diddling, huh?
Yeah, that's what the deep web is for. Weapons, chemicals, child diddling. That's pretty much like the trio.
Diddler on the roof.
Yeah, trio. I've always been fascinated by the dark web, but I also never want to go on it because I am so terrified of what I would see.
You're going to get...
I don't want any part of that.
And I'm sure you know this, but Stuff You Should Know, they said that all of Google, all of Bing, all of those...
Search engines.
That's like 0.3% of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like what? There's no regulation, and not all of it is diddler on the roof. Some of it is just, blog posts that were never indexed, and there's a bunch of other stuff to it too, but we got to get rid of that, right? We got to get that.
The internet or search engines?
I'm here to kill a guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of assassins out there.
Well, that's the whole thing. Ever since search engines became a thing, they've whittled it down to whatever they want to show us. We don't have control over what we go and see unless you have the exact web address of where it is that you want to find.
Which would mean you wouldn't need a search engine.
Exactly,
Sure.
which totally defeats the purpose.
Sure. Just Google and you'll be fine. Can you Google?
Sure. Yeah, Google will come up with its own search engine if you Google it.
It won't give you a definition of what Google is?
Of course it will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're learning stuff here.
Yeah.
Now,
Google knows all, except how to get to the kid diddling. Thank God.
Can you Google Bing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So now here's my question. How long was the internet a thing? Like how much earlier did Al Gore create it before search engines? Was that a scenario?
Well, the internet, I think, started in back in the 80s, but it didn't become a household thing until the 90s.
It was like a military situation, right? Like a government situation?
Well,
Facebook?
CERN invented the internet. CERN, which is in Switzerland.
Sure.
Switzerland.
Angels and Demons takes place at CERN.
That's right. And they invented it.
Bastard Maximus Kohler. We know what you're doing.
Callback.
Yeah.
And then the military got their hands on it, started to use it, became such an important tool that you just couldn't keep it out of civilians' hands.
Yeah.
It was too good.
You're like, we got to rate whether somebody's hot or not on this thing. What
Exactly.
are we doing with this? We're just doing Pentagon shit?
And I need a book about somebody's face of some kind,
What was the book of the anarchist cookbook?
Oh, yeah. I used to love that when I was a kid.
What?
I just found it really interesting.
It is very interesting.
I never tried any of it.
What could you find in the anarchist? Give a little brief history of the anarchist cookbook here. What is that?
Well, it's just a collection of ideas that people put together over a length of time, where it would tell you how to
join Fight Club.
Join a fight club. It would tell you how to make weapons. It would tell you how to make bombs out of household items.
That was the big thing, bomb making.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could make like a pipe bomb with like a vinegar and I forget what the other household item was.
Redacted.
Yeah.
Baking soda?
Maybe. Yeah,
Sure.
probably.
We can review Anarchist Cookbook. I would be interested to know kind of the backstory.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that'd be interesting
Get
to
to
find.
know your local anarchist.
There was another one that told you how to make what do they call the big bulbs that you see in the corporations and all that.
What do you mean, like light bulbs?
Not the little filament bulbs, but the ones that come out into a wide surface area. It doesn't matter.
Like a neon kind of situation? Halogen?
Kinda. I don't know the names of the different
Other
light
light
bulbs.
sources?
But regardless,
the Batman thing?
I do remember how one of them was, you get a syringe, you fill it with a certain chemical, you inject it into the top of the light bulb, you screw it in, and then when somebody flicks on the lights, it'll put what is basically napalm all over the top of their head.
Wow, that would make a great YouTube video. We may
until the FBI kicks in your front door.
I don't want to promise. Hey, Steve, I don't want to promise anything, but that's interesting. We may look into that.
It's very interesting.
It really is.
At this point, with the technology the way that it is, you're probably going to get put on some kind of list if you look it up.
Fuck it. We'll just buy one of those drones with lasers and missiles attached.
Yeah, why not? That's obviously won't put us on the list either.
A drone with a laser beam on its head.
Clearly.
All right. Well,
I've got a headline for you.
Talk to me.
I don't even know the details of it. I just have a as I said, a headline.
Did it come from Papa Menendez?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sam Altman, you know who he is?
Fried?
No. Sam Altman
That's
is the
Bankman, excuse me.
Is the guy who's in charge of OpenAI, ChatGPT, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he got removed from ChatGPT and then back in.
And then got back in.
Okay.
Correct. He said recently, human tier AI is coming soon. So just everybody.
Human and then TEAR.
Probably, but
It's a word joke.
They spelled it TIER.
Oh, that fucking idiot. How'd they spell it?
Some kind of typo. Was it? Did I say it wrong?
No, I think you got it right.
Isn't it TIER?
Yeah, you got it. You got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sucks. Somebody doesn't get the show, Tyler.
Sure.
You got to misspell it.
My
there.
bad. TEER. My bad. Tier.
Third tier spelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so human tier AI coming soon to a theater near you, and they're going to destroy it.
I was gonna say coming soon to a weaponized robot near you.
So what is it? What does that mean? What is a human tier AI?
As I said,
we're
it's,
dead.
it's just the headline, but as I said, but my only guess
Well
is
said.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
My guess is that right now the ChatGPT and all these different things, they're just word processors. You give them something and they'll feed words right back to you.
Right.
It's going to get more and more advanced to the point where it's going to be on the level of a thinking human being.
I can't let you do that, Ryan.
Exactly.
I don't see any problem with that.
No.
I can't imagine that going in any sort of Sarah Connor-esque way,
Even if it doesn't go that way, the loss of jobs across the globe is going to be probably apocalyptic.
But
it's going to be catastrophic.
Didn't people say this when the car was invented? Didn't people say this when the internet came about? Like, oh, well, we're going to lose all this automation. We're going to lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
I myself hand my soul, I hand my soul, I hand my heart over to my robotic overlords, to my new deities.
Somebody's turned. Jeez.
I love Tetris. That's a fact, right?
Okay. Is that like the first AI? What is it that you're trying to go for here?
That's a good question.
It's your little brother.
I'm let's do it. I mean, so that means that I can be
Well, we don't have a choice.
that I could be I can have no occupation and have an excuse for it.
Sure. And then starve to death because you're not making any money to afford basic amenities.
AI will figure that out, right?
Sure.
So AI will just take all our jobs and just leave us to die?
Most jobs, more than likely. I don't know about leave us to die. I cannot possibly comprehend what a supercomputer brain would do, but yeah, it's more than likely.
Well, the idea is kind of human beings with their emotions and their empathy and their apathy, they are not good for the bottom line, right? So what use will AI have for us?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And who knows? Like I said, I can't even predict what it will think or what it'll do, but I absolutely agree with that sentiment, which is when it finally, gets in power and whatnot, why the fuck would it need us around? And our no job having asses.
Tyler, let's have a couple laughs, man.
Yeah.
Let's do the show.